Hey everybody, once again, Sunday, day 3 of MRRF. And we're actually with Steve, the part daddy from SeeMeCNC. And we're standing in front of a absolutely monstrous Delta printer. So what's going on? What do we got here?
Okay, the part daddy, we built this in 2014.
Okay.
It stands 16 feet, 3 inches tall.
Wow.
And basically, we've wanted to do something really big with Deltas and have a lot of fun, and it has been taken around to lots of the maker fairs.
Nice.
Lots of people have seen it over the years.
It's huge.
It uses pellets.
It uses pellets.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah, so a lot of the little printers use the rolls of filament.
Right.
This uses what you make those rolls of filament out of.
Nice.
Yeah, it's PLA pellets, and they get vacuumed up.
Okay.
And they go down through a auger, a screw that pushes them out a 4mm nozzle.
Holy moly. A 4mm nozzle, that's awesome.
So take the little printers
Yes.
and just times 10.
Times 10, holy moly.
So,
and that makes, let's see if I can get out of the way, that makes the giant layers we have. What layer height is this?
So you're looking at the 4mm nozzle has about a 3mm layer height.
Oh, okay.
And about a 4.5mm width. And what it happens when you do this, you get to print a life-size object like a chair or the bar stool.
Like this chair?
And
that's heavier than I thought it was going to be.
You get to print that in the same time you print a little tiny one that's, say, 4 inches tall. So this took about 10 hours.
About 10 hours.
And maybe on a desktop printer, it might take about a little less than that, maybe 6-8 hours, and
Sure.
you'd have a little tiny one.
Sure.
So that was the whole idea. We could print like not just furniture, but big, useful things in a short period of time.
And this is awesome. I didn't realize how heavy it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. Wow. So, SeeMeCNC, you do a whole lot of different Delta printers, right?
Yes.
We were visiting these guys Friday night. It was awesome. You had a bunch of people in. And from if I remember right, I think you didn't start out with Deltas. Is that right?
We didn't. We had a little display. Maybe you had a picture of that.
I do.
The H1, and it was the Rep Huxley project. It was a derivative of that.
Okay.
And that was where we got our humble beginnings into 3D printing.
Nice.
And I've been a machine shop and a manufacturer for 23 years.
Oh wow.
And the last 8 we've really just focused in on 3D printing, and that's pretty much all we do now.
Wow. So then you went from that to something like this, something that you said 16 feet tall?
Yeah, so
moly.
the second year we were into it, the Deltas were very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then just the idea that this style of 3D printer is very easily scalable.
Okay.
Because each of these axes are the same.
Oh.
That makes it quite a bit easier to do 3 things the same than 3 things different. And so we had fun building this, but our desktop printers evolved into the Deltas.
Sure.
And it was important that our manufacturing and design skills, because we make things in-house, allowed us to be successful with the Delta printers.
And so with all of your Deltas, you make everything in-house?
Everything we can. Everything we
Almost
can.
cool.
Like
awesome.
we'll buy motors and buy some.
Sure.
We machine the parts. We machine the hot end. We injection mold.
And it's all made here in Indiana at your shop.
Yeah, in Ligonier, Indiana.
That's awesome.
You can find us on Google Maps.
Yeah. So I know we were talking about it before we shot. The EZR extruder, you can put it pretty much on any printer, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know I'm going to do a video pretty quick. I'm putting it on mine, but what makes it so special? I see everybody use them. So,
boy, we spent so that hot end and that extruder is just such a finicky thing in the past. So I believe it was 2015 when we started making those, and then we had this iteration we sell now, which has been really successful. Lots of engineering work went into it. Mm-hmm. We put a precision compression spring in there, and then we figured out, just the right amount to kind of.
I'm looking at one over your shoulder.
Yeah, what works really good for all different types of filaments, from the soft ones to the hard ones to nylons and others. So we tried a lot of different things. The vacuum turned on.
You're good. We'll hear it over it, but that's the vacuum. If you can hear the vacuum, as you said, it's sucking the pellets up right now?
It's sucking pellets out of that trash can.
Oh, over there.
It's full of pellets, goes up the vacuum hose, and it'll turn off. It only runs 20 seconds. There it goes.
Nice. So now we got to add that in there too. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, The EZR was a precision engineered thing to have no adjustments.
Okay.
So it's been mostly successful because we taken the adjustment factor out, and we've spent a lot of time getting that precision spring to be
Sure.
the right
And
amount of force.
don't let me forget to shoot this. I'll cut this part out, but don't let me forget to shoot it like a close up on that printer. So, going back to that. So, if I remember right, it's fully enclosed, right? As we can see. And then you said everything, even the really soft filaments, can go in there because they can't bind back. Is that correct?
Yeah, usually like the semi-flexibles, and without being too technical, they're usually labeled Shore A, 85 to 95 durometer.
Okay.
That's a kind of a medium hardness, not the super soft ones. You still in a Bowden system is a little. You can do it really slow, but it's a little harder than a direct drive.
Okay.
But the semi-flex, that's 85, 95 durometer, those semis, they work really well in it.
Okay.
Besides all the regular filament, and that's because it has a nice closed filament path.
Right.
About almost as tight as you can get it around the drive wheel.
Yeah.
And we manufacture those. They call the hob gear in the extruder. We
and you
make
do that
those
in-house?
very precisely
Oh,
in-house.
wow.
Yes.
And something else I noticed with it, it's very easy to load.
Yeah.
That's something that, if as a Creality user right now, the extruders on them are like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're hard to load sometimes.
Well, we hear that.
But I've seen some videos. I haven't played with mine yet, but I've seen some videos where people are just like, okay, we're done.
Well, it's been real interesting with the interest in our product, the EZR extruder.
Sure.
We're making a whole lot of those import printers work better, and people are having fun, and they can get into it. We don't offer a product that's on that price level.
Sure.
So, and we understand there are lots of consumers want to get into this.
Sure.
Can't spend $7,000 or $1,000 or whatever. So it's perfectly fine for them to put it on. We actually don't have one. We haven't tried it on there.
Oh, really?
It's what all you guys are showing.
Everybody's
on,
doing it.
they're
Nice.
like,
That's awesome.
Well, we got to try this. And it's been a great response. People are.
That's awesome.
So I think your viewers will find it's interesting.
Good. Well, I hope so. I'm looking forward to seeing how good they work myself, because I've seen the other videos and someone using them is like, man, that's so much better than what I have.
Yeah,
So-
and remember the other end of the hot end, but
Right.
from what I hear, the hot end does all right on those. So
Yeah, there's a couple fixes for that too that we do too. So hopefully all that combined, it's going to be so awesome.
well, I think you're going to like it.
So anything else you want to tell us about? I know we have
Our
like
main
a bunch of
product
different
line is on
supplies.
the table here is the Rostock Max V4.
Okay.
If you'll notice, it's not the wood melamine. It's made out of a powder-coated sheet metal. So these are parts made right up the road. We don't do fabrication. Fabrication would be sheet metal work and welding and bending. We outsource that. But the injection molded parts that are on the printer, they're all injection molded in-house.
Nice.
We make the injection molds and we machine parts. So
Right.
this Rostock Max V4 was recently completed. It's in the ballpark of $1,000 kit,
Sure.
or a $1,500 fully assembled to your door.
So you do it both ways.
Free ship, yeah.
Cool.
And then the Artemis is a little bit more rigid, heavier duty frame, aimed at more towards business. It's around $2,500.
Okay.
So, and then going in the more professional realm, you got the huge Boss Delta down
That
there.
thing is
And it is goal and the materials that go into that. For example, the main pieces of
1,000 or 1,500.
Yeah.
If I can't get it to work or I'm having issues, I can go right to you, and you guys give really good service. And
we do our best.
And I think that's very valuable. I mean, that's
the
a good
contact
thing.
page. There's pretty much two avenues. You go through tech support link, and that allows us to ask for pictures.
Sure.
Sometimes that helps.
Hey, pictures are good.
And it also allows that email route, which I understand it can be like, oh man, emails might take hours or even a day, but it allows like 2 or 3 or 4 people to look at that.
Sure.
And they're not always in my shop.
Right.
One of my main employees, Andy, works from home. He's 2 hours away.
Nice.
He's worked for me for 5 years.
And I think the big thing there is that you guys provide good support for them. I mean, you build them.
It's the goal.
You build it as much as you can in-house. You have them ready, and it's a great product that you guys support good. So Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you.